The forest is completely silent. No bird is singing, no animal is moving. There is only a ripple on the surface of the water, slowly spreading outward. And beneath that ripple, 14 meters, 1 ton, the greatest snake the world has ever seen, Titanoboa, is gliding toward its prey. Is that a sound? No, that's not an earthquake. That's just its breath. So how did this monster come to exist? Why is it gone today? And if it were still alive right now? So what did this ruler look like? 14 meters. Stop. I want you to truly feel the size of that number. Get up from where you are right now and start taking steps. 1, 2, 3. 14 steps. That is Titanoboa's length. Put it next to a bus, and the bus looks tiny, exactly twice the size of the reticulated python, the largest snake alive today. And when it comes to its weight, a full ton. That is 1,000 kilograms. But this weight wasn't carried on 4 legs. It was packed into a single body. Every movement, every curve, every single breath came along with this massive weight. And the widest point of its body? About 1 meter, exactly the width of a human's shoulders. If you walked past it, you'd think you were walking past a wall. If you tried to wrap your arms around it, there was simply no way. Now think about this. When today's scientists examined Titanoboa's vertebrae, do you know what they found? Every single bone was even larger than a human fist. Hundreds of bones, lined up side by side, each one proof of an immense power. And all those bones, all those muscles, all that weight came together for a single purpose: to rule. But this size didn't slow it down. On the contrary, this massive body served a purpose. And you are about to see what that purpose was. But what made Titanoboa so special wasn't just its size. Come a little closer. Now let's take a look at its skin. Its body was covered in scales from head to tail. But these weren't the scales of just any snake. Each scale, layered on top of the other, locked together, was like a shield cast by nature's own hands. It could feel a blow, but nothing could pierce through. And do you know what was beneath those scales? A thick, hard, flexible layer of muscle. So it was both armored and incredibly mobile, hard as a shield, fluid as a snake. Its color was most likely a mix of dark brown and green. Why? Because the forest it lived in was so dark that these colors made it almost invisible. While lying at the bottom of a river, while wading in the mud, no one could see it. Its skin also cut through water in an incredible way. It could live in the water for hours, gliding without ever tiring. This skin was its shield, its camouflage, and its armor all at once. And this armor, this invisibility, made possible the hunting scene you are about to witness. Now a question may have crossed your mind. 1 ton, 14 meters. Could this monster even move on land? No, it was heavy on land. It moved step by step, slowly and steadily. But it didn't need to come onto land anyway, because its true power was hidden in the water. The moment it entered the water, everything changed. That massive body seemed to melt into the water. No ripple, no sound, no trace. Just a shadow gliding, drifting, disappearing into the dark water. Think about this. A 1-ton body could move through water silently without leaving a single trace. Even the greatest swimmers of today would be stunned if they witnessed this. And its speed? It is estimated to have reached 15 to 20 kilometers per hour over short distances. Does that sound slow? Then think about this. By the time the prey noticed, Titanoboa was already there, because Titanoboa didn't live for speed, it lived for timing. It could wait for hours, sometimes days, motionless, silent, patient. And when exactly the right moment came, unfortunately, it was already far too late to escape. So what happened when that right moment came? Titanoboa was not an aggressive animal. It wasn't a hunter that chased and pursued its prey. It was a master of the ambush. It had waited beneath the water for hours, lying completely still, almost blending into the mud. And when the prey walked right over it, one strike, a single strike. That massive head launched out of the water, seized the prey, and began to coil around it. And that coiling was a force you cannot imagine today. Scientists calculated it. Titanoboa's muscles applied approximately 400 kilograms of pressure per square meter. It was like being crushed under a car. No matter how large the prey was, it didn't really matter. Giant crocodiles, large sea turtles, massive fish, they all met the same end. Struggling was useless. Fighting back was useless. With every breath, Titanoboa squeezed just a little tighter, until silence fell. And then Titanoboa swallowed its prey head first. Yes, head first, because its jaw was incredibly flexible. It could almost double in size. It could swallow prey far wider than itself. And after swallowing, it didn't need to eat for days, even weeks. A single kill could satisfy it for quite some time. This made it even more dangerous because it could lie in ambush at any moment, anywhere. That is why nothing in that forest could be considered safe. Not in the water, not on the shore, not even in the depths of the forest. So what did Titanoboa eat? First, let's say this Titanoboa was not picky about food. Whatever crossed its path, as long as the size was right, that thing was done for. But its favorite prey? Giant crocodiles. Yes, crocodiles. The crocodile, still considered one of the most dangerous creatures in the water today, still capable of sending shivers down people's spines, was nothing more than a single meal for Titanoboa. Think about that. The most terrifying reptile of today was someone else's food 60 million years ago. On top of that, giant sea turtles, large freshwater fish, and other massive reptiles that lived during that era were also on its menu. So Titanoboa's dinner table was made up of the most powerful animals of that period. And this appetite carried a message. Titanoboa didn't just hunt the small or the weak, it hunted the strong, the large, the dangerous. Because to it, there was no difference. Big or small, fast or slow. The result never changed. And all these kills gave it one thing, the energy to fuel that massive body, because keeping a 1-ton body alive was no easy task. But Titanoboa pulled it off every time, every hunt, every meal. So how did this massive creature reproduce? Titanoboa was an egg-laying animal. But these were not just any eggs. According to fossil egg molds found by scientists, each egg was approximately the size of a human fist, and it could lay between 40 and 60 eggs in a single session. Think about it, 60 eggs, all from a single mother. Every single one a potential Titanoboa. But here is the interesting part. Titanoboa chose very carefully where it laid its eggs. The hottest, most humid, most sheltered corners of the forest, beneath rotting leaves in the warm soil between tree roots. Because warmth was essential for the eggs to develop. A cold nest meant the end of the hatchlings. And when the hatchlings came into the world, they may have been small, but they were already powerful. From the moment they were born, they began hunting. The mother did not feed them, did not watch over them. Nature told them only one thing: either survive or cease to exist. And those who survived gradually transformed into Titanoboas, the new rulers of those dark rivers. So far, we have talked about Titanoboa's size, its power, its hunting style. But now I am going to tell you something that not many people know. Titanoboa had eyes, but it didn't use them to find its prey. Its real weapon was its tongue. With every flick of its tongue, it captured microparticles from the air. Scent molecules, vibrations, changes in humidity. It sensed all of these through the tip of its tongue and transmitted them directly to its brain. In other words, Titanoboa was literally reading the air. Even with its eyes closed, even in the deepest darkness, it knew exactly where its prey was. And that is why day and night made no difference to it, even without light, even with zero visibility. Titanoboa always found its prey, every single time. But here is what is even more fascinating: Titanoboa could also feel the vibrations of the ground. Through special nerve endings on the underside of its body, it could detect the vibration of a movement from kilometers away. So even before the prey had approached the river, Titanoboa was already waiting. The prey couldn't see it, couldn't feel it, couldn't understand it, but Titanoboa knew everything, always, everywhere. So far, we have talked about Titanoboa's size, its power, its hunting style. But now I am going to tell you something that not many people know. Titanoboa had eyes, but it didn't use them to find its prey. Its real weapon was its tongue. With every flick of its tongue, it captured microparticles from the air. Scent molecules, vibrations, changes in humidity. It sensed all of these through the tip of its tongue and transmitted them directly to its brain. In other words, Titanoboa was literally reading the air. Even with its eyes closed, even in the deepest darkness, it knew exactly where its prey was. And that is why day and night made no difference to it, even without light, even with zero visibility. Titanoboa always found its prey, every single time. But here is what is even more fascinating: Titanoboa could also feel the vibrations of the ground. Through special nerve endings on the underside of its body, it could detect the vibration of a movement from kilometers away. So even before the prey had approached the river, Titanoboa was already waiting. The prey couldn't see it, couldn't feel it, couldn't understand it, but Titanoboa knew everything, always, everywhere. And here we have arrived at the answer to the final question. How did it go extinct? Everything began approximately 58 to 60 million years ago. The world had already slowly started to cool. Degree by degree, year by year, silently. Nobody even noticed. But Titanoboa could feel it. At first, it woke up a little more sluggish in the mornings. Then hunting became a little more difficult. Its muscles no longer responded as quickly as before. That magnificent timing, that sharp instinct, had slowly begun to fade. And the forest was changing too. The rivers narrowed, the swamps shrank, large prey began to disappear. The giant crocodiles, the massive fish, the sea turtles on Titanoboa's table began vanishing one by one. And it was at that moment that Titanoboa's greatest strength turned into its greatest enemy. That massive body had now become a burden. Feeding it was hard. Staying warm was hard. Staying alive was hard. Smaller snakes could adapt. They ate less, needed less heat, and survived. But Titanoboa had become a prisoner of its own size. It could not shrink. It could not change. It could not give up. And one day, that shadow was no longer there in those dark rivers, Not even those vibrations remained. That silence was gone. Titanoboa had left, silently, without anyone noticing, just like the way it came. And now I want to ask you a question. What wiped out Titanoboa was not an enemy. It was not a disease. It was not a stronger animal. What wiped it out was change. The change of the climate, the change of the world, the change of time. And perhaps there's a lesson in this for all of us. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how great you are, if you don't try to keep up with change, your greatness will one day crush you and move on. So in your opinion, which modern animal could have stood up to Titanoboa? Drop it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button right there under your hand. These videos take effort, and every like is the return of that effort. And if you want me to keep talking about creatures like Titanoboa, forgotten, unknown, lost to time, subscribe. One tap, 1 second. But it means a great deal to me. See you in the next video.